and Darren Barker.
Thanks for that, Kevin. Let's see what Darren Barker had to say a day or so after his fight.
Another good win last night in the first defence of your Commonwealth title. Was it an easier fight than you thought it would be?
Not really. You know, I knew Steve was you know, he was going to be there. You know, he's an experienced fighter, and I never overlooked him at all. You know, I always knew Steve was going to be tough, and I thought he should stand by authority quite easily. He could have gone on top himself. So yeah, it was more about worrying about my own sort of performance than worrying so much about Steve. You know.
Yeah, it's a good start to the fight. That short little right and then the left put him down in the first 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Did you think then it was going to be your night straight away?
Yeah, you know, even before that, I kind of in the fight. But yeah, you know, that was nice to get a knockdown early on, and sort of within the next couple of rounds, I was really going to step it up a little bit. But you know, I suppose it was a shame, you know, it ended on a cut. But
yeah, a bit of an anticlimax at the end, I suppose, with a cut stoppage.
Yeah.
Was that a clash of heads? It looked like it from inside.
Yeah, it was a clash of heads. Yeah, I felt it straight away. Like I say, you know, I was feeling really in control at the time, and I really fancied that I would have gone on to stop him anyway. You know, that was the plan anyway. It was going totally to town the fight. You know.
And what's next for Darren Barker?
Well, you know, I'm not too sure, to be honest. The future's looking bright anyway. You know, just continue how we're going. Every time, you know, Tony and Mickey Hennessy get me the opponent put in front of me. It's just a matter of doing the business, you know, performing on the night and getting the W next to my name. So, you know, as long as I keep doing that, the future does look bright.
And do you fancy the winner of Elcock McDermott maybe for the British title?
Oh, I'd love to, yeah. It'd be great honour to win the British title, and something that I've always wanted to achieve since I started boxing, you know, because, yeah, I'd definitely try to fight the winner, and without a doubt, I believe I can beat both of them.
And how do you see that fight going, Wayne v Darren?
To be honest, I haven't seen too much of McDermott, to be honest with you. I see Elcock, I see the DVD before the Bendel fight when he beat him. And Wayne's a nice fighter, and also he was doing well against Abraham before he ended up getting stopped. So, you know, without seeing McDermott, I suppose I'll just have to lean towards Elcock, you know, with experience and that, and probably just lean towards Elcock.
You had a good amateur career as well, winning the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah.
How much pressure did that put on you as you started? Because people like Hyder Ali and Jamie Arthur have now sort of, I know Jamie's coming back in April, they both sort of drifted away from the sport.
Well, for me, I think a lot of people doubted me. I don't think I had the sort of pressure that a lot of the fighters did have, because my style was very amateurish. And a lot of people don't understand the reason I boxed as I did and was successful as my style was purely, at the time, I suited to the scoring, amateur boxing scoring. And the scoring then, you know, was the computer scoring was pick and print. So I moulded my style around the scoring. I believe I've got a good boxing brain, and I think, you know, I've got that talent that I was able to pick up things quite quickly with Tony in the gym. So I don't think I had a lot of pressure like the others did. So I've sort of progressed nicely, and now I'm starting to get serious now, you know.
And obviously got to ask you, the tragic loss of your brother, how close were you to walking away from boxing altogether?
Yeah, to be honest, a few people have asked me this, and it was a matter of just getting my thoughts together about life in general. It wasn't really a matter of sort of totally thinking about boxing, you know. Even boxing now, there's a massive gap and a void, you know, where he's not there doing it with me because we were so close together. But whilst I wasn't boxing, there was something missing. And as the months went on, you know, I realised it was boxing. As soon as I got back in the gym and in the ring, you know, that voice sort of went, you know. And yeah, I'm glad to be boxing again. But I suppose, you know, when it first did happen, I suppose I was close to walking away from the sport.
And obviously last night you had once again fantastic support in the York Hall.
Yeah.
Got anything to say to your fans?
Oh yeah, superb. You know, they really do lift me, and they're great support. They're all my friends, and it's so nice for them all to be there to cheer me on, you know. And it's just all so fitting. I love fighting at York Hall. I've got some great memories there, and to actually be fighting there, all my friends and family there cheering me on, it's just great. And you know, I just want to thank everyone for turning up and supporting me.
Okay, mate, thanks very much for the chat, and keep dancing, mate.
Nice one. Cheers, mate.
Cracking straight on with the show then, and we've got Jim Wright on the line to talk about last Saturday's show in Newark, promoted by Carl Greaves. The most recognisable name on the card was Kelly Oliver, former cruiserweight prospect, and he was in action against Hastings Rassani over 4 rounds.
So, Kelly, I've followed Kelly's career for a long time. Obviously won 4 ABA championships, had an incredible amateur pedigree. Came in last night, 4-rounder with Hastings Rassani. It was a good fight, really, really exciting. It was pretty close for Kelly probably edged all the first 3 rounds. He was just bossing him really with his superior strength. Took the centre of the ring, working nice behind the jab. Got into the 4th round. I just started to write in my notes thinking that it was going to be a 4-round shutout. And then bang, big overhand right for Rassani. Landed straight flush on the jaw and Kelly Oliver clean out on the floor. He really struggled to get up, used the ropes, climbing up on the ropes, but really, really shaking. There was loads of time left in the round. I thought he's got no chance of surviving this. But what a let-off. Rassani just didn't seem to want to follow it up. He stalked him around a minute. I don't think he threw a punch for about a minute.
Really?
You know, it was really surprising, right? It was a real eyebrow raiser. Interesting. He eventually threw a left hook that caught Oliver on the guard, and his legs wobbled. You could see he was still in trouble, but then he got saved by the final bell.
And how about the traffic in the other direction? Did Kelly have Rassani in trouble at all? Because he's a bit fragile around the whiskers, isn't he, Hastings?
He is, yeah, not really. No, not really. He was using the ring well. Rassani was showing some good movement.
What's left for Kelly Oliver then? Because he's been around for a long time, and to be honest, he didn't really make the grade the first time around. Has he got what it takes to take his career forward?
I can't see where he goes from here, to be honest. I really don't get why he's come back at this stage. He struggled for the 2 fights that he has come back. But it's up to him if he wants to have another go at it. You never know.
Okay, on we go then to Amir Unsworth, the light welter from Sleaford. He's 4 unbeaten with 1 inside. He outpointed the Carl Allen we know and love over 4. How was that? That was an interesting fight as well. I was really impressed with Unsworth. He got Carl Allen in a bit of trouble. He was banging away all the time to the body. And after about 30 seconds of the fight, I think Carl Allen just went into survival mode. Jolly good. How did he look then, Amir? A young novice prospect. Any potential to go on?
I think so, definitely. This is definitely one to look out for the future. He was really aggressive. Seemed to be a bit of a banger as well. I'm surprised he's only stopped 1 so far, because he had Carl Allen in serious trouble.
Lovely job, and on to the local lad from Newark, Andrew Allen Lowe. He's a welterweight. 6 wins, 1 loss. Looks like he might be lacking in a bit of power, but last night he avenged a debut loss against John Musgrave over 6.
That's right. This is a real battle of wills. It came down to it. It's a real close fight on a knife edge throughout, but Andrew just seemed to pull away a little bit in the last couple of rounds. Dug really deep, did really, really well, because it was a real seesaw affair. How far can he go, Andrew Allen Lowe? I think he does seem to lack a bit of a dig, but that's something that could definitely work on. I think he could definitely progress maybe into a British contender eventually. Jolly good, and it's stablemate then from Newark, a light heavy Jamie, is it Norkit? Jamie Norkit, yeah. He fought Dave Pearson from Middlesbrough, another exciting, really well matched fight. It was a whole theme throughout the card, that most of the fights really, really competitive. And Norkit had his work cut out, to be fair. Dave Pearson gave a real good account of himself. I think he probably took the first 3 rounds of the six rounder, so Norkit had it all to do. But Norkit managed to put Pearson down in the last, and Pearson was hanging on to the final bout. Grand job. On to Johnny Greaves then. He lost 10 straight fights coming in. He got a 1st round victory against one of Matt Scriven's lads from Estonia. Help me out here, Jim. Sergei Rodhakman's
20 points, mate.
Okay. Yeah, that was a lightning fast fight. Johnny Greaves coming out, looked really purposeful, stalked his man, getting the shots off straight down the middle from southpaw stance, and I think no one in boxing would begrudge Johnny Greaves getting his first win, because although he's lost his first 10, that doesn't paint the true picture. He's been in with some real top quality, tough guys. Got